Oh, I realized I didn't have water. Hello, welcome. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. We are doing the month of April 2024 predictions, tarot reading for the month. If you want to know about your love, relationships, even coworkers is a part of relationships, business partners, family relationships, you're at the right place. If you want to know about just what you have to look forward to in the month of April, you're going to get that here. If you're into your coin, your money, your career, that is also going to be discussed in this reading. So, first, I'm going to do a general reading, a collective reading for everyone. That would be the first part, and then we can do a pick a reading. Now, I was thinking of doing zodiac readings with this, but I actually do that in all my other videos with the weekly reading. So that may not happen. We'll see. This is live and this is unedited. So we'll see. Now, yes, so let's get started with everything. Before we get started, please do your due diligence and subscribe, um, your due diligence as a YouTube viewer. That helps me out. Also, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. That just keeps me in touch with you in case YouTube decides to bump me out or kick me off of YouTube, or if X decides to get rid of me, or whatever. If you're listening to this on a podcast, whatever platform you are using to watch me, they have the power and I have the power if I have your email. So go ahead and sign up for my newsletter. Also, I give a quick summary weekly on my newsletter, and I also do some tarot on my newsletter. Sometimes I talk about crystals or other things too. So you do get some bonuses with that, and it is only weekly, so I don't bug you. Okay, so you do get that with the newsletter, but please, 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 I cannot ask in a nicer way to thumbs up this video, make a comment that even helps me out. That is like a tip. Not a tip like you give me a suggestion, but like you pay me. Okay. So yes. And guess what? This is all free for you. So go help me out with that. So what else do we have? Oh, let's talk about quickly what we have for this month. Now, I did do a video on everything, not everything, discussing the astrology on April. But I just want to quickly tell you it is April 3rd when we are filming this live. And April 3rd, April 1st is when Mercury really went direct in Aries, far as not direct, retrograde. And so we do have a lot of Mercury represents pranks, Aries represents, I'm being nice, a lot of fire energy, wars, um, conflict, boldness, impatientness. So all that happens. And I did a video on everything Aries. Not everything Aries, but Mercury retrograding, the pre-shadow phase, but it talks about everything retrograding in the sign Aries. So when we have the reading for the predictions, remember to have that Mercury is retrograding within. I think it ends on the 25th. Yeah, it goes direct on the 25th. Now, also, we had something else that was pretty big this month. We have, let me see, I'm looking at my notes here. Venus enters Aries tomorrow. We have that, but that's, the solar eclipse. Duh, that's huge. That's on the 8th. You could be feeling that now. That will also be in a reading when we are doing a reading, everything about the eclipse. An eclipse could mean some ending of some sort. You're dealing with the signs Aries, and that is dealing with the self. That's dealing with being first. That could be dealing with something physical, sports as well, but usually about the self and you as an individual are being first. Okay. So we have that coming up. Then the sun will enter Taurus, a lot of laziness, a lot of basking in beauty, and eating a lot. And caring about your resources. Banks are also, and finances could be dealing with that because you are dealing with some tangible aspects with that. Now, Jupiter on the 20th, April 20th, which I know that's a special holiday for a lot of people. Jupiter in the sign Taurus is going to conjunct Uranus in a sign Taurus. That's unexpected, big surprises. Could be very optimistic, could be very big in in another way, because conjunct could be negative and positive, I feel like there might be some earthquakes, but we will see. You know, don't take that for granted. Just expect some unexpected surprises. Okay. Later on the 30th, we have Mars entering Aries. Venus before that will be entering Taurus, and you really will be into beauty, or maybe visit an arts a museum of some sorts, or like a great restaurant with ambiance, great ambiance. But on the 30th, Mars entering Aquarius. I figure that's a lot of fighting. Mars is at home. Aries is at home in Mars. However, with all the conflict going on now, there could be some conflict. Now that is the collective. The next video will be individual horoscopes, and in that video, yes, I will be doing astrology readings too with tarot. Okay, so let's do the collective reading for everyone now. And the decks that I am using is the Tarot Bohemian, the Tarot of the Bohemian Secrets, and I'm also using the Wild Muse Oracle deck. So this is just the general, and then we'll be doing the pick a card after this. I'm just mixing the decks here. Hunter, can you give me my water? Oh, I'm trying not to have the, yeah, can you give me my water? It's, on the nightstand. Okay. Okay, so now let's see what we have generally for everyone. Ooh, tell it like it is. Very, very, very Aries energy. Okay, so we have the collective for everyone. You will be telling it like it is. You will be telling the truth when you have this Aries energy. And it doesn't matter if you even believe in astrology, but this month you will be hearing the truth. It will be coming pretty fast. This is a 9. So whatever that truth is going to help end some things. Okay. So either you will be telling it like it is, or someone's going to be telling it like it is. There will be no beating around a bush. When we have Aries energy, it's very, telling it like it is very impulsive. So it's like, I didn't plan to tell it like it is, but I am telling it like it is. Hold on one second. Let me get a sip. And if you are live, after I do the general readings, I can, if you have questions, I could do readings for you as well. Okay, so let me see if I can show chat. Okay. I'm new to having this full screen. Okay, so we have tell it like it is. Let me see what else we have. This is general, and then we'll break it down even further, okay? But let me break down the tell it like it is for everyone. Queen of Cups. Okay, so we won't be that brutal. We're going to tell it like it is, either to an older water sign, that could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or we are going to be telling it like it is, and we're going to be more nurturing. Okay, we're going to be coming from a place of love and compassion, and there's going to be healing with this. Okay, with this telling it like it is, we're not just telling it like it is for no reason. We're going to tell it like it is with some compassion and nurturing behind it, with love. What else? And it's probably going to be something intuitive, something we really didn't plan, and our something spiritual world is telling us we need to be honest and tell it like it is. This is going to cause some healing for us as a collective, this truth. And of course, when we have the Queen of Cups involved, there's definitely going to be some healing involved with this. I like this. Okay, our new journey or a transition in life. And then there's going to be a lot of compassion, probably compassion with the self, and also a lot of courage happening with this. This is a major arcana, so this is huge beginnings with courage. So when someone's telling you something that is very bold, when they're telling you the honest truth, be aware that this is going to bring you some inner strength. This is going to bring some inner compassion. Okay. This is for the collective, but it's going to affect us individually. Just like how it rains and we know the weather, we know that it rains, but it affects people individually. The weather, you could be a gardener, you could have a party outside. How it affects you individually, of course, is how it is. But it could be for the collective. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. Okay, so for the collective, let's talk about relationships. Okay. Now, this, because we're dealing with the collective, could be relationships with the government, relationships with the police, relationships with some type of form of institution, law. This is what we're dealing with. Or it could be actually relationships with personal relationships. Okay. We have beauty sleep. Ooh, this really intrigues me. This also is 18, which represents 9. So there's going to be some rest of some sort. Now, I wonder if we will be sleep, like not woke. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Even though it's beauty, beauty sometimes is an illusion. Listen to what I'm saying. Beauty sometimes is an illusion. Okay. Today I have on a wig. This is an illusion. It may look beautiful to you. However, this is an illusion. This is not truth. And sometimes now I'm thinking when you see beauty sleep, we can be under a sleep, under a spell of an illusion. Let's see what else we have. We'll get into the details of it. And this is far as like institutions of all sorts, any type of relationship with the bank, okay? Relationship with your home, if you're renting, okay, any type of relationship that you are dealing with. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so there could be something that we're sleeping on when it comes to some type of resource, some type of funding. We're new to this, we're new to how we are using this resource, because the Page of Pentacles is very unexperienced when it comes to resources of some finances. Okay, so it's like you just started saving money. This also could represent a message. There could be a message coming, and it's in the form of something tangible. So a message regarding your health from an institution, a hospital of some sort, or from a doctor, or a message coming regarding any type of tangible resources. So, like your finances, your home, even dealing with food. Okay. But that could also represent that. Let me see what else. Also, it's a very slow and beginning as well. Okay. We have the moon in reverse, and the moon upright, and this is a major arcana, so this is a big deal. Okay, when it comes to any form of relationship with any type of institution. Also institution could be a school, but the moon in reverse. Now, in the upright, it could be something that's fear, or something that is in the dark, right? Also, intuition is what I get with this, and a lot of emotions, because the moon is in charge of our emotions. Now, when it's in the reverse, it could either be a halt, like you stopped this emotion, or you're not feeling the emotion, or you are stopped being in the dark or the fear at the same time. Or it can also be that you are, this is self energy, right? This is something that is more internal. So this institution of some sort, the school, the bank, whatever it is, and it's giving you this news that's dealing with something tangible. You are taking it in. You're not seeking advice from others. You're not discussing it with a lot of people. This is more an internal issue, and you feel it only within. People really can't see it. So that's what we get. And be careful of having that baggage and holding that in. It's almost like, okay, this is just an example, but it's almost like if you were uh, um, like this is dealing with relationship with the police, right? And you're not telling anyone, you're keeping how you feel within. You're acting like, I was violated by the police, or and I'm just saying an institution of some sort, but I was violated, but I'm not really showing my emotions. I'm keeping it within. So be aware of that. Okay. Also, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is all about balance and harmony and finding someone you're aligned with, and there could be some conflict. So this institution is something that you really thought you were aligned with. Okay, so you really thought it could be a job, it could be a coworker, it could be a boss, it could be a lover. Okay, but you thought you were aligned with this person, but there's conflict. The Five of Machetes is all about conflict. It's also a masculine sign, right? It's um what is it when it's the symbol I can't think of anyway, but very masculine and representing words, communication, and thought. And there could be some hateful words said through this conflict, and maybe you are the one saying the hurtful words. Maybe you're writing a very strong email, and this could be because you're keeping it within. The moon is the most important part of this reading because it is in reverse, and I think you want to look at that and see what's going on there and release whatever it is you have dealing with this fact that you were under an illusion, which is fine. A lot of us are under some cloudy judgment at some times, but you want to wake up, okay? Especially with that moon in reverse, it's almost like you're stuck there, and you want to change that when it comes to your relationships with any form of institution, because really you just need to depend on God. Okay, so lastly, let's talk about finances. This could be the economy, this could be your finances, this could be a bank. Okay, finances, job, and this is for the general public. This could also be unemployment, because welfare, or any type of government services you are receiving. And oh, wait, so this is the details. Actually, let me pull a oracle first. But on top here, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles is always about paying attention to the details. It makes me think of Virgo energy, really taking your time to perfect your craft and really get to know your craft. And it's not happening. I wonder if it has anything to do with the eclipse, if you felt like you didn't have enough energy. Let me see. Sacrifices is the key theme here. So you have to give up something. You have to sacrifice something in order to focus on that craft. You have to sacrifice something when it comes to your career, when it comes to your money, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to finances. There needs to be something given up. For example, an expensive car. I would think that would be like a sacrifice, or the illusion that you are the best at your craft and you're not, because this is saying that you're not good at your craft, and that you stop working on perfecting your craft. You stop looking at the details of what you're doing, or you stop studying, or you stop the apprenticeship, and because you refuse to sacrifice what needs to be sacrificed. Okay. Let me see. Is this rocking the camera? Okay, let's see what else we have for the collective. Also, when it comes to economy, there isn't a sacrifice given from the economy, and they're not paying attention to the details. They're ignoring the fine print, is what I get for that, for the collective. Okay. We have the Ten of Brooms. There's a lot of load. There's a lot of heavy lifting. This always makes me think of Bag Lady by Erykah Badu. So not perfecting the details, not perfecting the craft, not looking at the fine print of what's going on. There isn't a sacrifice, or maybe we are being sacrificed when it comes to the economy, and it's causing a heavy load for the collective, a lot of burdens, too much of a load for us to have carry. At the same time, that is the 10, and the 10 represents endings. It represents new beginnings, endings, and new possibilities coming up. So this is not going to last long, because there will be movement, there will be drive, there will be a lot of courageous, also travel and progression. But there's going to be movement, or this is going to be moving fast. Okay, when it comes to the economy, when it comes to the government, when it comes to resources, when it comes to any finances or unemployment of some sort, there will be movement, there will be progression, or all of this is moving fast, and we're aware of it. Okay. As a whole, let me just look up something that we need to learn. Oops, for the month. A few cards fell here, and I'm going to pull it up. We need to be aware of the unconscious games that people are playing. Things could be unconscious, not knowing. It's so much in their psyche that they're not realizing that they're playing a game on us. Or at the same time, this could be us individually. We could be so used to having that baggage or that negativity, and we are unconsciously playing games with the world and the collective. So be aware of that. It's almost like someone who's a victim of hurt or hate or whatever, and they carry that and they start to hate on others. So it's like that. It's unconscious, though. You don't think you're doing it, but you need to be aware of the unconscious games you're playing. A lot of emotions, the starting of emotions, a lot of storms is like unpredictable, right? very emotional, high water. Anything dealing with water is dealing with emotions, and something that's starting with that because it is the number one. Also, this is the 11. They're both number one. So it's like the beginning, the awareness of this. The awareness of the emotions of this month. So be aware of that. Now, Aries is going to turn into Taurus, the sun. So there is this fiery energy turning into a more calm, relax, take your time, move slow, and Aries is moving fast. So you do have that dynamic happening. Aries is a very game kind of energy. Mercury retrograding is also playing pranks with us, so there could be that also. And then was something else I was going to say. New beginnings, a lot of energy about the self, and this could be individual energy, but the individual does affect the collective. So be aware of that. What else am I going to say about? It was something else I was thinking. Unconscious games, stormy one. The eclipse. The eclipse is also affected by this. I see this as black and white. Black and white makes me think of Scorpio, but it makes me think of eclipse too because that moon is black. You know, with the contrast of the moon being blocked by the shadow. So yeah, that makes me think of the eclipse. So there's some unconscious games being played on the self, are being played from the individual. We need to have a fighting spirit. This is very Aries energy, and it's also 54, which equals 9. So as a collective, we need to have a fighting spirit. We can't give up. We have to stay strong. We have to be bold. We have to be courageous. And also, when you have that Taurus energy coming up this month, not only do you stay strong and courageous, but you will take your time. And a Taurus is not going to give up. It's very stubborn. So you also have that energy too. Okay. So that is the collective reading. Be aware of what we have coming up in the news regarding the economy, regarding illusions, regarding of who's being sacrificed, who's taking the sacrifices. Is it the government or is it us? Okay, so be aware of that. Okay, so now we're going to do the pick a card. Wait, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And yes, now we are going to move on to the pick a card readings. Let me take another sip. Okay. And I want to reapply my lip gloss. Lip gloss is Fenty. I think this is chocolate. Yeah. Um. Mm. Mm. Yes. Feeling myself. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we're going to do a pick a card. Now, how are we going to do a pick a card if this is live? How is that happening? Well, I will put the timestamps down, or you can pick 1 or 2 or 3. Let me see. Actually, I'm going to put this in the banner. Let me make a ticker. Pick a card reading. Pick out of PAL. Pick out of reading 1, 2, or 3. Okay. Let's see. Why is that not a ticker? How do I make it a ticker? Hold on. No, how do I make it a ticker? Oh, okay. Here we go. Now I see. Hold on 1 second. No, make it a card. I usually talk into the mic and it does a talk text. Okay, pick a card reading. Pick reading 1, 2, or 3. Or you can do all, pick more than 1 reading. Okay. Yes, there we go. Save. Show. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this would be reading 1. Should have been prepared and already had this up, but this is live, so that's how it goes. So now we are doing reading one. If you are new to pick a card reading, let me explain it to you. What you do is that you go to the timestamp. If you are live, you can just wait on what you want to pick, one, two, or three. Go off of your intuitions. Intuition. Normally, I do a crystal, but we can actually pick a card for I'll pull three cards for the themes of the reading, and whatever cards resonate with you, then that is what you will have for your reading. That would help you pick your reading. Now, if that's not enough, you can always go off of the number 1, 2, and 3. Is 3 your favorite number? Is 2 your favorite number? Or just look at all three. You can do that. I actually sometimes do two readings, and both of them will resonate with me. So you can do that. For the first reading for group 1, we have rehabilitation. Rehabilitation. It's taking time to rest. Or you can just go off of the fact that she has red hair. It's all up to you. So that's reading 1. Now for reading 2, pick a card. Let's see what we have for reading 2. We have healthy boundaries. Ooh, I love this one. That is for group 2. And for group 3, let's see what we have for group 3. Still mixing up the cards. And we have time to move on for group 3. Time to move on for group 3. So if you are group 1, rehabilitation. If you are group 2, healthy boundaries. And if you are group 3, time to move on. So go ahead and go to your reading. If you are watching this not live, I will put the timestamps down below, but it will still be unedited. And if you are here live, then go ahead and wait for your reading. Okay? So let me actually move these 2 cards out of the way. So the theme of this is rehabilitation. This is a time to take a rest coming up this month in April for you guys. Take time to heal yourself, whatever that looks like. Is it rehabilitation from a friend? Is it rehabilitation from the outside world? Is it rehabilitation from work or from stress? But when they say go to rehab, it means to change, okay? And go heal yourself. 51 is also a number 6. That is very thinking within and really having some spiritual connections there too. It's a good number too. So here we go. Let's do what we have for you healing, first of all. For this month, that is your main theme, but we are going to do the overall theme for the month for you, your relationships, and then we'll also do money and career. Okay, and I'm going to put money and career together. Should I? Well, we'll see. Okay, so overall, hope is on the horizon. Very positive for group 1. Oh, actually, let me put reading 1 here. Very positive for group 1. Okay, and let me see what we have. Hold on, I see comments here. Hello, can you predict my future? I can pull a card for you at the end of all the readings. If you stay, I can pull a card for you. If you remind me, I'll pull a card for you at the end of reading 3. Okay. So for everyone here, reading 1, this is hope is on the horizon. Well, actually, should I show this? I don't know how to show. Oh, there you go. Yes. Yes, Geyer. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Gaurav. I'm sorry. India, I can pull a card for you at the end of the reading if you stay. Okay. So anyway, hope is on the horizon overall for the month for reading 1. Let me pull some other cards for you. And that is a 9, new beginnings. Okay, so hope is on the horizon, but be careful of any type of addictions, any toxic energy. Now, how can I say this? Now, Also, this represents Capricorn, and it really is about your self image and your goals and working hard. However, when you have the devil, there is also this illusion and falsity of materialism and addiction, and not really addressing, um, ignoring the toxic, not ignoring, but adding toxic energy. So, hope is on a horizon. However, the devil is going to be playing tricks on you. So be aware of that. And anything toxic, do not entertain it. Okay. Let me see what else we have. We have the hermit. So you are going to be out. You won't be internal. I know it says, wait, okay. The hermit represents internal energy, and these are two major arcanas, the devil and a hermit. And we have the rehabilitation at the top, meaning that you need to stay out. And it seems like temptation is causing you to not be internal and not look within and not to heal. Hope is on a horizon. However, if you entertain toxic energy, you won't be having some inner healing. Okay. The hermit loves to be alone, self teach, self taught, researching at the home, healing on their own. And it's like it's in reverse, it's not happening. So be aware of that. Let me see. Because it may be toxic energy. Cash, can you turn that off? We have grief and loss. Okay, so the Five of Cups represents loss and focusing on loss and focusing on your grief. So yeah, it's like, there is hope on the horizon. There is positivity for you overall in this month. However, are you entertaining toxic, addictive behavior? Now, that addiction is not just drugs. And it's also interesting because there's rehabilitation. Hope is on a horizon if you rehabilitate and if you heal yourself, but not if you are attending this addictive behavior. Addictive behavior could be like someone who's watching porn, addicted to porn, someone who is abusing any type of substance in any way. Weed could be abusive substance, just so you know, alcohol, any form of drugs. Okay. Also binge watching or overeating. Are you doing these things? Are you having these addictions? Okay. Addiction to gossip is also a thing. Okay. And you're not doing the self healing, and you're focused on negativity. You're focused on the loss. You're not focused on the positive. However, God is saying that there is hope on the horizon. That is the overall month for you in Taurus. In Taurus during April and some Taurus season. Let me see what else. Aries and Taurus season. Now let's talk about your love. Let's talk about your relationship. We have something's hidden in plain sight. So there is a loved one that you are not paying attention to. They're out there and you are ignoring them. Not ignoring them, but you're not seeing them. Okay. It makes me think of me and my husband. I knew him and never cared about him. I'm not sure what this means, but hello. Okay. So there's something hidden in plain sight. Let's see what is hidden in plain sight for you guys. Oh, no. Oh, you think I don't have a shirt on? There we go. Okay. Full on dress. I am not. Sorry, Clara. Okay. And if you stay for the reading, I can pull a card for you guys after I do all the readings. Okay. So some is hidden in plain sight. Ooh, this is a Pluto card, and Pluto represents going through the dark tunnel to see the light. And it's like you're not doing a transformation to see what is in front of you. So there needs to be some healing, and you're not healing yourself to see the transformation or to receive the transformation to see this love interest. Okay. The healing could be confronting the truth, looking at the taboo things that you're doing in life and addressing them, like getting those dark skeletons. Yeah, you have to have a lot of courage. You guys have a lot of major arcana. So this month is really huge for group one. But this is the strength card. This also represents Leo, having some courage, having some creativity, really depending on your self-expression and using yourself to be bold in life. Also a lot of compassion and being very compassionate and using your compassion as strength. Maybe you need to be more compassionate to everyone around you so you can see who really is your love interest. If you are already in a relationship, relationship. This could be that you're not seeing that they are gifted, or maybe you're not realizing that they're coming to transform you in some way, to bring some Leo energy in your life, like love, romance, and also to help you become the better you of who you are. And we have the Chariot, all major arcanas, and I am mixing this deck. The Chariot represents Cancer, so you have Leo and Cancer. You have Pluto involved in here. You have Virgos involved and Capricorns. Just so you know all the zodiac signs involved. But far as the energy, um, I'm sorry. How much time will it take? Well, if it is free, I cannot predict the time. It will take the time for me to finish the reading. So it's up to you if you want to stay. I cannot tell you how much time it will take. Okay, no. Now, the Chariot for group one. The Chariot represents Cancer, like I said, but it also represents moving fast. Let me see what we have here. Hidden in plain sight, and there's some. Okay, so something's hidden in plain sight. You need to use your intuition, go off of your feeling and your gut. Cancer is also a very romantic energy too, and just go off of your feeling when moving forward. Okay, you want to practice some compassion, especially compassion of self. But there is someone in your love interest, and someone in the love department for you. You just can't see them; they're hidden in plain sight. Also, it could be that you're not seeing yourself, that you are worthy of love, or you are worthy of a good relationship. That could also be an issue because you are dealing with this rehabilitation of healing. The Judgment is in reverse. You're not going to see it if there's no healing. Okay, you're not going to recognize your love and your partner if you are not doing the work to heal. Okay, that is what we have for relationships. Now let's see what we have for money and work. Okay, for group one. Ooh, you guys are on fire. You're very motivated. You have the drive. You have the compassion. Not the compassion, but you're very passionate. Is the word I was thinking of. You have the passion. You have the drive. You're very motivated. Probably your work or gaining money in some way. Very creative. It's also the number 44. 44 is also stability. So it looks like in the work department you're doing really good this month. Everything's going to be fiery, spicy, even in a good way and a bad way. The good way is that you will be very passionate about your money and your career. In the negative way, that passion. I keep saying compassion and passion, so maybe there's a reason why. But that passion could be causing some conflict, or it could be dealing with the ego. Okay, that's what we have with fire. This is self-made energy, so I'm thinking you're going to be very good when it comes to money and career. Someone who has built enough income in order to enjoy the best things in life. Someone who has this self-made energy and this fire and this drive and this new motivation is going to give you that. Let me see what else we have here. Saving the coins too. Pentacles, this is all about money, okay? Saving your resources, being self-made, and on top of that, saving every dollar you make. Not in a greedy way, but in a finance, a very resourceful way. And lastly, we have the Knight of Machetes. This is someone who doesn't have the fear of telling the truth when it comes to work. So if you're dealing with any employees or employers, you will be honest. Be careful of that Mercury retrograde. You don't want to move too fast because that energy is very fast when speaking the truth or being honest. Also, this is someone who can comprehend things and take things in and have clear clarity. Because it is a Knight, it is a little bit young, so it's a little bit anxious when taking in information. So be aware of not being patient is what I was thinking. Okay, so yes, that is the reading for group one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now I'm going to do the reading for group two. Hold on. Now we are doing the reading for group two. This will be saved. So if you are behind or just coming live and you're like, I really want to do one, then it will be there. However, there is a reason why you're here. So yes. Okay. Now the theme for group two is healthy boundaries. Ooh. Let's see what that's going to be about. Let me take some sip of water. Okay. So here we have group 2. Your theme overall in this April reading is healthy boundaries. And let's see what else we have overall for the month of April for you guys. And then we'll get into career and know your worth. Okay. Healthy boundaries will connect with know your worth. Okay. Set some boundaries and know your worth. Look at this with the money in the back, as far as like healing yourself too, because the coins also makes me think of anything tangible. So anything dealing with your health, you need to know your worth, your physical body. You need to have a lot of self-love when it comes to your looks, your aesthetics, your home, your physical body. Also know your worth when it comes to love, when it comes to dealing with people and personalities. Know what you bring to the table. You know how they say, I am the table. Okay, well, you are the table, the meal, all the resources, and you want someone to sit at your table, but you need to know that you are the table. Okay. Healthy boundaries, though. You don't want somebody coming to the table and kicking your table and knocking it down or putting gum on your table. So set some boundaries with that. Okay, let's see what else we have overall for this month. We have the Ace of Brooms. So when it comes to your knowing your worth, you don't have the courage. You're like not really realizing your worth. And that is something that you need to know. There isn't a new spark of drive, a new, the comments are distracting me. Sorry. But when you, okay, know your worth. We have the Ace of Brooms in reverse. When you have the Ace of Brooms in reverse, usually in the upright, there's a new spark, there's new motivation. And also the motivation helps you know your worth. And you lack that spark, you lack that drive when it comes to yourself. Okay. Let me see what else we have. We'll get into the details and we'll get into some what can you do about that. The Death card represents a change and you refuse to change. Death represents regeneration, like like a transition of some sort, a healing of some sort, just a huge change, and it's not happening. So you don't have the motivation, you don't have the drive to change, to heal. And you need to do that so you can know your self-worth. Okay. Let me see what else we have in this theme, especially with healthy boundaries. And we have the 2, the Lovers, which also represents Gemini. So if you're a Gemini, this is really directed to you. But you don't have to have it be a Gemini for it to direct to you. You can have the energy of the Gemini, which is all about communication and also understanding the balance between the two. Now, Lovers is also what it is, lovers, right? And the Lovers is not happening for you because there is no motivation, there's no spark, there's no drive. There's also the lack of not the lack of ego, but the lack of what is the word that I'm courage, the lack of courage, the lack of spirituality as well. And there's no healing towards it, there's no change towards it. And it's causing you to be imbalanced when it comes to Lovers, or causing you not to hear the other side of others. So you need to know your worth overall this month. Okay. Now, speaking of Lovers, let's talk about your relationship. And that is not just relationship with a lover. It could be loved ones. Okay. But also this is, hidden in plain sight again for you guys. Makes me think of this Mercury retrograde. You guys aren't able to see clearly. If you are coming from reading 1, that card came up in relationship. So you're not able to see who's out there. If you're already in a relationship, you're not able to see your lover and what they have to bring to the table. Okay. We have the Devil. So it's hidden in plain sight because you're over there doing some toxic energy. Okay. You're over there entertaining everything toxic instead of entertaining what is good for you. So either you're at home too much, being lazy, so you're not able to see who the loved one is, or see who your partner really is, or you're probably addicted to drugs in some way, or maybe that person is very toxic and you're not able to see that this relationship that you're in is a very toxic relationship, because that could represent that as well. Or maybe you're blinded by the materialism, and so you're so focused on your long-term goals or the material successes of life that you're not able to see what really is going on in a relationship, that that is not the goal in a relationship. Okay. Also, we have the Hermit, and the Hermit is not in reverse. This Hermit says you need to seek solitude. You need to do some self healing. You need to do some research. The Hermit would be at home reading a lot of self help books, and that's what you need to do. Actually, let me pull a card for the overall of what you need to do. This is someone who's going to take their time to read, okay, study, and the Knight of Swords is going to take a slow, pay attention to the details. That is what you need to do overall in this month. When I was talking about you not being balanced and you not doing the healing, don't move fast. Take your time, whatever it is, when it comes to healing yourself and knowing your worth. Okay. But back to hidden in plain sight in a relationship. And I'm sorry if I'm moving too fast and saying this too fast, but you need to do a lot of self healing. You need to do self taught. Look at some YouTube videos, read some self-help books, listen to a podcast, do it on your own. Okay. This is not someone who's going to seek therapy. This is with a therapist. This is someone who's doing the therapy on themselves. And then we have the Nine of Cups in this reverse. Yeah, do it on your own because you don't see the abundance that you have. You can't see it. This is the same card as hidden in plain sight. You have the gifts, you have all the things that God has given you, but you're off balance. This is always also someone who's very boastful and very materialistic. Like, look at all the things I have here. And you're just like, your luck is running out with that. Stop dealing with materialism, okay? And seek solitude and some inner healing. And remember, we still have the overall theme of healthy boundaries in 7, and 7 is a very godly number, right? And 7 is also dealing with relationships overall. So even though you have to seek solitude, it seems like these relationships, you gotta be on your own. It seems like the relationships are the big problem with you this month. Okay, let me pull a card for your money and resources. Money, resources, career. Let's see what we have for this. The day you plant the seed. Ooh. Okay. So yeah. So it seems like you need to start something of some sort, start a new business, start a new idea of something. Once you plant that seed, then everything will get started. It's very positive to me. Let's see what else we have for your reading. But the day you plant the seed is literally what it means. The day you decide to start whatever it is in your career, whatever it is far as career, whatever it is regarding money, is a day that it will start to grow. Ooh, yes. Then you have 4 brooms is very stable, very positive. There's structure. The community is going to back you on this. Okay. Also celebrations of some sort. So the day you plant the seed is the day that these things will start to happen for you when it comes to your career and your resources. Let me see what else we have. The High Priestess, don't forget to use your inner wisdom. Inner wisdom means your intuition. What is God telling you when it comes to this seed or whatever it is you need to start, either within your career or starting your career, or when it comes to finances? Go off of your intuition. Go off of the spiritual wisdom that you have. And celebrations. So yeah, it's very positive. Female support is happening with this. Yeah, female support is definitely happening, whatever it is regarding this planting the seed. So anything, if the business or if the finances is dealing with anything dealing with females, like a baby shower or hanging out with women, I don't know, something where women just hang out, then this is supporting whatever it is. Your intuition would tell you. Maybe you're in a group with a bunch of women and the idea will come, the seed will come, go with it. Or maybe a group of women are coming to you telling you this is what I want to do for finances, go with it. Maybe you are hanging out with a bunch of women or having some type of it makes me think of Venus. So socializing with a bunch of women, it's just only women. That day you plant the seed is the day that the money will start coming. There will be finances growing. The idea will help. It's very stable. There's celebrations, but it's all about using your intuition. Okay. Very positive. Keep the boundaries overall. Work on the toxic energy. Do a lot of self-help. And what else was this here? Yeah, stop spending. Maybe that's going to affect your relationship. And then overall this month, take your time. I'm sorry. I'm collecting the books, the cards. Rereading this. Try to stay on balance with your harmony with your lovers and your relationships. You didn't have the spark, but you need to know your worth. Okay, your worth is God has given you all the tools within. So you definitely have the drive to do whatever it is you want to achieve. But make sure you keep those boundaries. And the boundaries could be with addiction too. All right. I will see you guys later, group two. And now we will do group one. I mean, group three. Oop. Hold on. Okay. Let me clean the deck for group three. I mean, group two. Let me mix these cards. Now, group three, welcome to your reading. And your reading is on time to move on. Time to move on. Here we go. This is a number 9. So, yeah, 36 equals 9. So, this is the ending of something for you guys, and it's time to move on. Let's see what it is time to move on. We're going to do the overall, we're going to do love, and then we're going to do love, also dealing with relationships. It could be relationships with a family member, a coworker. Yes, I still see you, Mr. or Miss India. It could be dealing with a coworker, but yes, okay. That's love and relationships, and also a family member. And then lastly, we're doing finances, career, and money. Finances and careers and money is the same, but finances and career. Okay. So let's start with your reading, group 3. Ooh, you guys are on fire. This is very Aries energy. There's some new sparks happening. Time to move on. That makes sense. You're motivated. You have the drive. You're very creative. There's also some spirituality happening here. A lot of confidence overall for this month. You're dealing with 4 is bringing stability, angel number, and also 8, some movement. Okay, we have the temperance. Temperance also represents Sagittarius, and there's abundance and being very optimistic. Also alchemy. So, you don't want to do too much of anything, everything in moderation, or maybe you want to have the right mixes of something to create something very spiritual happening for you. This also is dealing with Sagittarius energy is also dealing with around the world. So there could be a new motivation with traveling and going around the world. This is also dealing with healing and religion too. Higher education is also deal with that. This person in this card, major arcana, meaning that this is a big deal. Okay. Happening. So there could be some traveling. There could be something dealing with you worldly, dealing with other people around the world or from another country, out of your normal, regular country, regular, out of your normal day to day, how you are around in your cultural group is what I'm trying to think. But this person on the card has 1 foot in the water, dealing with spirituality and emotions, and also grounded at the same time. Just keeping that balance of moderation. Also, both of those elements are dealing with feminine energy, so it's very internal too. Okay, with the cups in the hand. Cups is very water. Okay. Let's see what else we have for that fire that you have. King of Cups, yeah, very water energy. King of Cups is the boss of emotions, very emotionally intelligent, very highly intuitive this month. Very intuitive, going off of your intuition. What is God telling you? Also great memory. Go off of your memory with this. Very romantic and loving. Very caring and enduring. Also, there is some creativity. Words don't have to be spoken when understanding something this month, so be aware of that. And then you have the Knight of Brooms. So yeah, very fiery, young, and a lot of energy. Maybe you're working out this month, really getting into your physical body or something with sports happening for you. Yeah, very fire, yet there's that water element. So moderation this month, but it's very positive overall. Time to move on. I think you guys have the most positive reading of the month. So congratulations if you picked this. And if you're coming from another reading, maybe there is both the energy happening here. But overall, you have the spark, you have the drive, you're very courageous. You're going to be honest, you're going to speak the truth, you're going to know the truth. You're going to be very inspired, starting some new things for you guys. Okay, so let's see what we have when it comes to relationships. This could be a loved one, could be a coworker, it could be a best friend, relative as well. Okay. And with relationships, we have boss up and five. Yeah. And with the time to move on. Looks like in your relationship department, you're bossing up, you're leveling up, which is very Aries energy. Taurus could be a bossy too. Okay. Let's, with that Taurus coming up this month. With those two elements, with those two zodiac signs happening within this month, and with this card, it looks like there's going to be a change. Okay. Five also represents change. There's going to be a change, and you leveling up and you being the boss that you are in this relationship. I don't know if you are the meek one in a relationship, the weak one, but Aries is a leader. So it looks like you are leveling up. Let's get into the details of it. Okay, yeah. So something that you are traditionally working with, there's going to be a change. The Hierophant represents tradition and not changing, and everything stays the same. Also deals with Taurus. But Taurus doesn't want to change. It wants to keep everything the same. Looks like that's not happening for you, and you are changing the norm, changing your traditions. Okay. When it comes to a relationship, then we have the Seven of Brooms. Seven of Brooms is you're fighting some haters, so you're going to get some hate on this change, which people don't like change. Normal human behavior is really against change. Now at first everyone was celebrating whatever it is, this relationship or this bond that you had, and now there's some change and they're hating on it. Be aware of that, but remember who's the boss. You are the boss. Okay. It's not about being selfish, but be aware of that. Then you also have some illusions. So someone's going to try to, like, here, I'm giving you all the options. I promise to do this and this and this and this. And it looks like it's great. It's like, oh, this even could be tempted as a materialism kind of thing, but it's cloudy judgment. Be aware of the cloudy judgment. Always go off of your intuition. Always remember, whatever this is, it's not agreeing with you. It's time for you to boss up when it comes to any type of formal relationship. You're going to have to change the norms of what's going on. You're going to have to fight the haters. You have to be aware of all the illusions. You have to be aware that they're giving you all these options. Just because there's so many options doesn't mean that it's good. So go off of your intuition when it comes to your relationships. Okay. Now let's do your career and finances and money. Creative, create and progress. Yeah, you have the fire already. We already knew you were creative. So group 3, you're going to be very creative when it comes to your finances, when it comes to making money. You're going to be making money in a very creative way, are earning money in a creative way. And we have the Judgment. So what is your calling? There's an awakening happening. God is calling you to do the true, whatever it is you're really meant to do when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your career, when it comes to resources. There is a true judgment happening. So there's a true awakening. God usually is like a trumpet in the sky saying, dun, 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 time to wake up. And you're like, you know what? Yes, it is time to wake up. I am meant to create. I am meant to, what else is this? Create and progress. Ooh, create and move forward. Okay. And create doesn't just mean like artist. I know there's an artist in that picture, but it also means like doing something new that you've never done before, being creative, like someone inventing the wheel was also creative, like, so that is also creative. Let's see what else. And the Hermit. Okay, so there's going to be some self-taught with this new creation when it comes to money. This is going to be something that you are reading on your own, something that you learned on your own. You didn't go to school for this. This is something that you taught yourself when it comes to your finances. And be careful of being too greedy, though. Like, oh, I'm bored. This isn't fun, because God has given you something very creative and you're ignoring it. So like you're focused on like, well, I don't have the resources, or I can't be creative because this is all I have. No, you can always be creative. You can always progress. And if you're bored with your career, you're not looking at what God is really presenting you. So this is someone who's like, I have these 3 of cups. I always have to do 3 of cups. Who cares? But God is really like, no, hold up. Hold up, homie. There is something else here and you're not paying attention. So be aware of that, being too content of and thinking like, I don't need to create, I don't need to progress, I can just stay here. Be aware of being too stuck in something and not looking forward. Okay. It's definitely time for you guys to move on. I think it's a very positive reading, and congratulations. For the month of April, even though we have all these eclipses, which could be something that could be ending for you guys with April 8th, but you could be already feeling it. But yes, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me in your readings and your live readings. And if you want to look at the horoscopes, that should be coming up in the next video tomorrow. Okay, so anyone who's live now, I can do your reading. Let me see what this says here, actually. There is an old Indian film which name was Mr. India, where hero got power to invisible. Okay. Do you have a question, Mr. India? Where are you? Which country are you from? I'm in America. Do you have a question that you want me to do a reading for you, Mr. India, if you are still here? Anyone who is here watching, if you ask a question, I will do a reading. I'll give you like 2 minutes to put your question up. Okay, write your question. And I'll pull some cards for you. No, you don't have to pick a number. Just ask your question and I will pull a card for your question. Just ask any question and I will pull a card. Okay. Ask any question. Look at me in Mercury in retrograde. No patience. Sorry. Okay, 3 questions. One question. One question, Mr. India. You can ask one question and I will pull a card for you. If you want an additional reading, you will have to click the link in the bio. First, how many years will I live? Okay, that question I'm not going to answer. What I will answer is, what do you have to look forward in your life? Okay, that is the question that I will ask you. That is a better tarot question than how many years will you live? What is the great things that you will be expecting in your life that you will be living? Okay. And I'll pull 3 cards to see what great things. Great things is that, one, you're going to have a lot of clarity. You're going to be able to know the truth. You're going to be able to communicate. Communication is going to become your way. Clarity, communication, knowing the truth. That's one thing that's a blessing in your life. Another blessing is that traditions. You're going to be able to stick to traditions, have traditional values. That's also representing religion and spirituality. So there is probably like a teacher, a spiritual teacher, who's going to help you in your life. Let me see what else you have. Nope. Only the first question. Only one question. And lastly, competition. You are going to have to compete your whole life to stay on top, Mr. India. But you do have some clarity that's coming your way, and you do have the sense of tradition. The major arcana in the middle of your reading is tradition, to hold on to your original values and your traditional beliefs. And life will be a blessing for you. Now, life will also be competition through your whole life, but that is okay. That gives us the strength of power and strength and fire and drive is really what I wanted to say. Okay. And that is what I have. If you want more, you have to either come to the next video that I will be live tomorrow, or you could book a reading. Okay. Is there anyone else who wants to do a reading? I know there's other people. I'll give you a minute and then that will be it. Okay. Thank you guys for watching and staying and watching the whole thing. Yeah, I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to do horoscopes on the eclipse and Mercury retrograde And I think we even get into Taurus. So I'll do the horoscopes of April. I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, yes. God bless you. Bye.